The St. Petersburg Institute of Osteopathy is the largest and one of the oldest schools of osteopathy in Russia. It was the first institute in Russia to offer state-licensed osteopathy training, and it runs courses in 6 cities across the Russian Federation. The institute was the first in Russia to offer occupational retraining programs and residencies, and to train instructors of osteopathy. The institute participated in the development of the landmark laws in the domain of osteopathy and made a significant contribution to the official recognition of the specialty. It has a unique status as the Federal Methodological Center for Osteopathy within the Russian Federation Ministry of Health. The institute is the result of a merger between 3 educational institutions, 2 state and 1 private. St. Petersburg State University and the Mechnikov Northwest State Medical University, and private educational institution of continuing professional education, Institute of Osteopathy. With nearly 300 years of history, St. Petersburg State University is the oldest institution of higher education in Russia. Its alumni have made huge contributions to the arts and sciences, and there are outstanding scholars on its faculty, including Nobel Prize winners. Mechnikov Northwest State Medical University was established as a result of the merger of 2 top-ranking medical schools, the St. Petersburg Postgraduate Medical Academy and the Mechnikov St. Petersburg State Medical Academy. The Institute of Osteopathy, a private educational institution for continuing professional education, has been training osteopaths for 7 years. The St. Petersburg Institute of Osteopathy, as it is today, has passed several milestones in its development, starting in 2000. Today, the institute offers specialist occupational retraining programs and residencies to doctors. It also delivers continuing professional development programs of varying durations. According to the WHO benchmarks for training in osteopathy, these are Type 2 programs, aimed at people who already have prior training as healthcare professionals. Work is underway to introduce Type 1 programs, which are aimed at people with no prior healthcare training. The St. Petersburg Institute of Osteopathy was the first educational establishment in Russia to offer residency programs for osteopaths. The first residents graduated in August of this year. The institute sets consistent and high standards of quality in all of the cities where it provides training. This means every student receives one-on-one guidance. At least 2 instructors are present during hands-on training. Clinical practice from the first year, spacious, well-equipped lecture rooms, state-of-the-art anatomical models, resources and workbooks on each topic, a dedicated library and video library. Certificates issued by the institute grant the legal right to practice as an osteopath, and the level of skills acquired ensures that graduates of the St. Petersburg Institute of Osteopathy are in high demand. The institute's instructors are highly qualified specialists with extensive experience in osteopathic pedagogy. Many of them are alumni of the institute. The teaching staff includes directors of major osteopathy clinics and holders of master's degrees and PhDs. All training programs use course materials developed by the institute's teaching staff. The institute is justly proud of its library. It's a unique collection of literature on osteopathy containing over 130 publications. Many of them were published with the institute's support. Since its foundation, the institute has produced over 1,000 certified osteopaths. The first graduation ceremony took place 15 years ago. The number of professional osteopaths is rising every year, much to the institute's credit. Alumni of the Institute of Osteopathy work in leading osteopathy clinics throughout Russia. Over 30 are directors of major osteopathy centers. Many have continued their careers as instructors. 5 of the institute's alumni are heads of osteopathy schools in St. Petersburg and other regions of Russia. Every year, the institute organizes postgraduate workshops in St. Petersburg, Moscow, Yekaterinburg, Samara, Kazan, and Novosibirsk. These are run both by the institute's own teaching staff and also leading specialists invited from all over the world. In 2016, the Federal Methodological Center for Osteopathy within the Russian Federation Ministry of Health was founded, based on the Department of Osteopathy of Mechnikov Northwest State Medical University. Its main objective is to improve the way in which osteopaths are trained. In 2020, Russia is scheduled to launch primary specialized accreditation for osteopaths as the new procedure for entering the profession. The Federal Methodological Center for Osteopathy is the main coordinator for the development of assessment tools for the accreditation of osteopaths. The Institute's instructors prepare test questions, case studies, and clinical cases to test students' theoretical knowledge and practical skills. The Institute's instructors are actively engaged in research as well as teaching. Since its inception, they have published hundreds of scientific papers, held dozens of theoretical and practical workshops at national and international science forums, and obtained 7 patents for inventions. Special mention should be made of the Institute's involvement in organizing the International Osteopathy Open Congress. The Congress has been held since 2002 and sponsored by the Russian Federation Ministry of Health since 2015. This year, it was attended by specialists from 14 different countries. An international osteopathy research group has been set up at the Institute's initiative, bringing together leading European osteopaths. In conjunction with the Russian Osteopathy Association, the Institute publishes Russia's only journal on osteopathy. The journal is recognized by the Higher Attestation Commission. The Institute's compliance with international quality evaluation standards in its teaching, research, and clinical activity is confirmed by ISO certificates and IQNet. The Institute works hard to develop international relationships in order to enhance the standing of Russian osteopathy internationally and to share research and teaching experience with colleagues from other countries. The St. Petersburg Institute of Osteopathy is a member of the Osteopathic International Alliance and has cooperation agreements in place with leading European osteopathy schools. The Institute's instructors take part in international forums and publish in foreign scientific journals. The Institute works on joint scientific research projects with neurologists, orthopedists, pediatricians, neonatal specialists, gynecologists, and orthodontists, and regularly takes part in interdisciplinary research forums. The faculty members carry out dissertation work at major research and clinical centers and leading medical schools. The Institute plays an active role in the professional community. Its faculty are members of the Russian Osteopathic Association. The Institute is also involved in the work of the Council of Directors of Osteopathy Training Organizations. Over its 19 years, the Institute has gained vast experience in the teaching of osteopathy. It has carried out numerous research studies proving the effectiveness of osteopathic treatment. It has contributed to the professional regulation of the specialty, developing training programs, procedures, and standards, and building up the professional community. The Institute is open to collaboration and ready to share its research and teaching experience with colleagues around the world to develop and strengthen the standing of the profession worldwide.